What's going on, my people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. Welcome to the Northwest Divide. I've got my two brothers in the building. We got my lad James Redmond in the building. What are you saying, my brother?
I am the big dog here, boys. Don't be thinking just because you got Champions League victories that I'm not the big dog around this gaff, all right? So listen, relax yourself.
Listen, Darren Till, you chill out, yeah, and sit back. Sit back.
Who are you talking to? Hey, who are you talking to, Leon Edwards? Hey, mate, yeah, you.
Darren Till, yo, fucking hell, it's a bad thing.
Nah, I'm great, gents. How
You know
are
what
you?
I'm saying? Yeah, man. Top quality after yesterday. You know what I mean? Relieved. But we'll get into it all. The
Didn't
shenanigans.
you concede
We got
14? Didn't you concede 14 chances against Copenhagen?
I don't know about 14 chances, but you know what I'm saying? We won the 1-0, and that's all I know.
I could put money on them having more shots than you in that game if my memory serves me correctly.
No, I can categorically think that's false because we
I gotta check this.
Ask the chat and give Premsy the intro that he deserves. Ask the chat and then give Premsy the intro that he deserves. All right.
Okay. We got man like Premsy in the building. Premsy, you know what I mean? Sevilla, little bit of a struggle, but you got over the line. What are you saying, brother?
Struggle?
Who does he think he is, Premsy?
What are you saying?
What the fuck?
I'm hearing yesterday, Arsenal fans were relieved. Them man were like, we got over the line and that.
We'll dive into it. We'll dive into it because you know me, I keep it real 100. But I just got to say on this Copenhagen thing, bro, they had 16 shots and you had 15. You get me? You might have had one more on target, but it's looking mad. It's looking mad. Now,
on target. There you go, people. But listen, man, big up to everybody who's in the building. Make sure you smash the like button on the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new, and make sure you subscribe to these guys' channel, James Redmond and Premsy TV. But let's get into it, man. James, talk to me. I don't know if you watched the game last night, but what did you think of United and Onana last minute? Boy, I was like, bro, we're done. When I see that penalty, I was like, yeah, this is over. I don't back Onana to save it, and boy, did he come out with the blocks, man. And he came in clutch. And maybe, just about maybe, has kept Man United in the competition. Had we drawn that, it would have been game over for me.
I agree. That's what you want Onana to do, isn't it? Saving penalties against Copenhagen. That was the reason why he replaced such a world-class goalkeeper like David De Gea. So listen, mate. No, I agree. I think every penny worth it. How much did you spend on Onana against Saeed? Was it?
I think it was about 39 million. I think it was 39.
Every penny well spent with that penalty save. What a world class goalkeeper! What a world class centre back, by the way.
Are you taking the piss here, Jay?
This guy, man.
Oh, no, I'm being deadly serious. I
knew this guy would do something.
Premsy. Yeah. The premise that we've got to discuss here is the fact that, listen, boys, Harry Maguire, McTominay and Onana are saving Ten Hag's job, and these three have been highly disrespected amongst the Man United fan base. I'm just telling the United fans, trust your manager. Trust the fact that he kept these world-class ballers, and look at the way he's saving them. It's amazing.
Get out of here, man. Listen, first of all, Maguire should have been sold in the summer. Maguire has been terrible, but you know what? Give credit where it's due. He's been playing well. Do I think he's back and everything? No, I'm not getting excited. And Onana, I can't lie, he owed us one. Bro, man was making mistakes after mistakes, so he kind of owed us one. If you kind of
it's about time, bro. It's about time he won you some points rather than lose you some points, isn't it, bro? Because in my opinion,
bro,
reckless. My man's a reckless goalkeeper, and he's only going to be making you lose more points.
Hey, listen, I don't know about yours.
Each and every week, bro. Yo, we got 2 minutes. We got 2 minutes, so we can pick in it. We're nice. We're all right. You get me? Because Ramsdale could come back in. It's happy days. Both of our goalkeepers are better than yours. Even the reckless one's better than yours. You know what I'm saying, fam?
Hey, so I don't know, man. I don't know.
Hey, actually, we're on Man United. I was going to tell Prem's over his goalkeepers. It's fine. Saeed, you go.
No. Switch it in, man. No, I'm not bothered. Switch it.
I was just going to say, I'm going to switch the play. What's going on with Ramsdale, broski? I was Ramsdale in this Ballon d'Or conversation, and Alisson isn't in the Ballon d'Or conversation. We need to discuss this.
Do you know what? Yeah, I think he's just had a kid in it. Otherwise, he would have started yesterday. So I think that's what the problem is with the Ramsdale situation.
What about the games that he never played?
Nah,
through the games? Does he have a kid the
that's
other
what
week?
Arteta's like, though, bro. Arteta, yeah, for example, with the Havertz situation, he was playing him until he realised, right, it's not working out. 8 games in, he's dropped him to the bench or whatever. You get me? Raya's come in. He, for me, he's not the guy. You get me? I think he's the guy for the cup competitions, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Ramsdale, Champions League, Premier League, because yeah, he allows the defense to push forward a bit because he's a bit more of the sweeper keeper, but his positioning is horrendous and his distribution ain't even all that, to be honest with you. When you watch him kicking the ball out, he's giving it away a lot of the times.
Yeah.
Fair
Nah,
dues.
you know what it is? I just think in general, the goalkeepers, apart from Alisson and maybe, I don't know, Edison as well, I think the standard of goalkeepers is kind of falling a little bit, man. I think they need to just become keepers, man. All this playing out from the back. Be the keepers that you know you are, where you save shots and save goals. That's what I would say. Dell says here, shout out to the man them saying if Ten Hag doesn't win a trophy and finishes 6th, would you want him sacked? Listen, man, if you that's sackable, mate. So yeah, I would, because at the end of the day, if you don't win a trophy and you finish 6th as well, come on, man. That's
So what
not
happened with
achieving the goal.
what happened with the patience of rebuilding the team and that? He's only been there a
No,
year.
but it's not. But that's unacceptable to not finish in the top 5 and not to win a trophy. That's a bare minimum, man. So of course there would be strong case to be sacked. You know, that's just for me. You have to be logical. I have to be real. I can't just say, you know what, you can get away with not winning a trophy and not finishing the Champions League. Come on, man. That's crazy.
Does that Carabao Cup not give him no leeway or what, fam?
Well, I don't know, man. It gives you leeway for one season, but then when the next season comes in, you need to be one
Saeed,
level. You know what I'm saying?
Saeed, can I provide you a theory what I think the Glazers are going to lean on when it comes to the narrative of Erik Ten Hag? I think so. Like the way Arteta came in, won an FA Cup, and then it was the poor couple of seasons, and it was a project, and it was all long term, and it was like give us time and this, that, and the other. I think the Glazers have not got much of a leg to stand on if they let Ten Hag go and bring in another manager. I also think when you've messed up that many times, it's got to get to a point where you just don't have faith in yourself at all. It's like the guy who says he's always going to go to the gym. He never goes to the gym. Gets to a point where the guy just knows he's not going to go to the gym. In this case, I think it's the same with the Glazers. We're going to lean on the project of Erik Ten Hag. I think they've demonstrated this through the players that they gave him, his players, Antony, Lisandro Martinez, Malacia, players that he's familiar with. And I think because of this project, regardless of a good or bad season, and let me know if you agree or disagree, but I think the Glazers very well possibly could lean on a project with Ten Hag, and that's what gives them leeway, that's what gives them time. And last thing, there's this element of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer right now, where there's individuals who are saving his job. Because Man United haven't played well for weeks, I think we can all agree. But Onana, Harry Maguire doing the job in the Champions League game, Scott McTominay being substituted on a couple of weeks ago, doing a job. What do you think? Because it's not your strikers scoring goals. I agree. It's the players who aren't goal scorers.
Yeah, I think for me, you're spot on, man. There is shades of Ollie. And I can't lie, I can't come here and say, you know what, it's not individuals that are carrying us or individuals that are making these little... Don't get me wrong, we had chances to kill the game off, but still, it's not coherent, the style of play. It's not for 90 minutes. It's in moments. It's like, we create chances and it's like, right, we'll go back to our shell again. I don't think... You see the first half, how bad it was. Copenhagen just allowed us to... They were just bopping it around like it was a training ground.
Do you know what, you'll say? The suit's looking too big for him, man. The suit's looking too big for him. The job's looking too big for him, man.
He's a pretender, Prems. He's a pretender. That's what Erik Ten Hag is. He's just a pretender. He comes in, he gives the one-liners, you know what I mean? Erik Ten Hag is no different to me. I'm filled with one-liners. He's filled with one-liners. He's not good at managing. I'm not good at managing.
One's got hair and one has it. That's the only man.
He's got Navani. Now, you know what? I think Ten Hag's under immense pressure, man. And yesterday, he got away with it yesterday, man. He got away with it. He got out of jail again. And I feel like it's a continuing theme, man. I don't know if it's sustainable or not. And I feel like sooner or later, you're going to get found out. And I feel like the second season, where can you finish with just failing that kind of football? I think you finish around top 8, maybe 8th, 9th, 7th, in around there, because when you need to have a style of play, you need to be consistent in it. It's got to be so that when it comes to the Premier League kind of finishes, you're going to finish around 3rd, 4th. You know what? I like this team. Everybody likes the team. Newcastle, Aston Villa, they'll finish above us. I'll be real with you. I look at them and I'm like, they're consistent with what they're doing. Unai Emery, they're consistent. They know what they're doing. So it's not looking good for Ten Hag, man. I'll be real with you. I'll be real.
Hey,
It's not looking
Saeed.
good, and
Saeed.
I still back him, but I don't know if I can.
Hey, do you know what, Saeed? Do you know what I think's happened? I think he's lost the dressing room, right? And I think what's happened is, do you know,
I
like
disagree.
You disagree? Oh, how do you watch those performances and disagree? Yeah, before you go, let me land. I think what's happened here is that Ten Hag, kind of like the way anyone can be impressive to a girl for a month. You know what I'm saying? Say if you just meet the girl on payday, you take her out, you can be impressive for a month. You can be a great version of yourself. Things will really start to show after 60, 90 days, and I think that's been the conclusion here. I think there were signs on international break, and I think because you can never 100% prove anything. You can't 100% prove that that what this is right now is a bad dream. But you can go on evidence, and evidence suggests, based on micro moments in interviews and performances and seeing the way they're performing, they're not playing for the manager, broski. You know what I'm saying?
No, you know what it is, yeah? I always say to myself, yeah, there's so many instances where managers look a bit clueless and they don't have tactics, but the players go out there and reflect his kind of almost philosophy. I feel like that's the situation right now. I remember Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, they played for the manager. They were liking him. They thought he was a legend, etc., etc.
Yeah, you bang on.
What did they do? They couldn't replicate what his style was because they didn't know
it is
freestyle football.
You got to look at it as well.
Going out there, they don't know what they're doing.
These man are just not good enough. You just got to say it as it is. A lot of the same players in that team have been in the United team for many years now, where they haven't done fuck all. You know what I mean? And you got to call it as it is. You think about it. Sancho come, big massive reputation, looked like he was going to be the new kid on the block, flopped. Yeah. Anthony, 90 mil, flopped. Hoyland is coming, big money. Realistically, he hasn't set the world alight in the Premier League. I know you got to give him a little bit of time. Casemiro, world-class player, but he's brought him at the back end of his career. So at what point was that going to give you longevity buying that player? You know what I mean? Now you're not really seeing the performances from Casemiro. Is he starting to have a drop-off? Varane, injured all the time. He never really gets a game. So is one of them where the recruitment from Ten Hag as well, the players he's brought in, it hasn't been up to scratch, and I don't think it's worked. I think he's very narrow with the kind of players that he brings. He looks at players that he's played with before. He's even had Mason Mount before. You get me? And he's limited to who he's bringing in. I think once you start getting a proper structure in place at the top and a proper system where you can bring in and find good talent and integrate them into the team, it's just going to be the same old thing. It's going to be a manager come in, get money, buy who he wants. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And it just looks like the same old situation at United. You need to get rid of some players. Rashford as well. Look at Harry Kane. When he left Tottenham, everyone thought Tottenham were going to go down pan. They brought Ange in, and you can see a system. You can see a style of play. You can see what they want to do and what they want to achieve.
That's what makes me jealous, man.
You can't see none of that, man.
No, 100%. And that's what makes me jealous is that all the teams have got that style of play. Bro, even when Sheffield United came in and they bopped us around, they don't have the quality. And what's the difference right now with Man United is that we have maybe the end product, but we don't have everything around it. And I think that system is always vital for a manager. You play good football, but you know what elsewhere? You have the quality in the end. And that's what separates individuals. But Man United should have both. Should have the actual system and the quality to go tandem. That's what it should be. This super chat here, I will get to it on the Arsenal bit because obviously it's not related to Man United, but I will keep that super chat in there. Give me till later on to kind of do that. Poch already has Chelsea playing better in 7 games. Are Man United the worst team to watch, James? Are we the worst team to watch right now? You think in the Premier League, just in general?
No, not the worst team to watch, but one of the most incohesive or, discohesive, whatever the word is. Just that there's no cohesion in the team at the moment, and that's why I don't think they're playing for the manager. I think that I highly doubt they go in that dressing room and they go, I'm going to fight for that manager. I used to work in a charity. I was a fundraiser, right? And obviously, if you're working for a charity, you've got to be profitable as a fundraiser. Otherwise, homeless people aren't getting housed. So I had targets, and my manager, who overseen the region, also had targets. And I really liked my manager. He was a Man United fan, by the way. Shout out to Ben. He was a great guy, and he always motivated me, and he was always nice to me. When I had a bad day, he was always lifting me up, and I was always comfortable on my targets, but he still had regional targets for the entire team, and I thought, I'm going to put in the extra yards for that man, because he shows me respect. I think a lot of your players who were on the bench don't like the manager, because they're looking at the first team going, oh, well, how is he starting over me, and how come even, I've been doing all right whenever I've made a cameo, how come I'm not now getting game time? And then those who are starting, either don't align with the philosophy or the methods or the approach, or it's what you're saying. They're not good enough. And I don't think it's the latter. I think I've seen Rashford have the ability to be utilised in a fine way that isn't being utilised at the moment. Casemiro
He's
came in.
average, man.
No, he's not a great player, I agree. But I'm just saying to you that I think that you can get a tune out of Rashford. I think if Klopp had Rashford, he's getting a tune out of him. That's the point that I'm leading to. Yeah, does he win league titles? That's a completely different conversation. But then even Casemiro, he came in, sees Cristiano Ronaldo leaving the way that he did, and I think there was something Cristiano exposed about Ten Hag. Bear in mind that was in the January time, and even though the second part of the season weren't terrible, he still weren't great. You know what I mean? He still weren't great. There were still moments, and there was players who fell off. And now with the Sancho thing, I just think the man management is one to be questioned. The tactical know-how is one to be questioned. And for those reasons, Saeed, I don't see him. I don't see him as a good man manager.
Do you reckon that 7-0 took knocked the stuffing out of him?
Probably. I don't know. Man United are used to getting battered by us by now. It's the anniversary of it.
I just thought I had to drop that one in there.
No, well done, Prems. Thank you for the assistance, my friend. I appreciate you. No, the 5-0 was better. By the way, Salah's hat trick at Old Trafford. Saeed, only the hat trick to be scored at Old Trafford from an opposition player.
I don't know about
but
that
serious,
one.
a beating like that, anymore. A beating like that can knock a man's confidence, man. Trust me.
Yeah. Well, they also didn't. Who else did you get bummed by last season, Saeed? Was it City? Who was it? That because someone else battered you, and I mean absolutely royally.
Man, last season, I don't remember. I don't remember last season.
Oh, sure. I don't remember
last season, right?
You do know you do content. Results, you can go back.
Yeah, I do content, but I don't know. Maybe it's out there. Maybe it's on my content. I don't know.
No, fair dues. Nah, you're right though, Prem. Prem. Right,
you know what? I gotta drop in though. Nah, big up, Big Steve. Still, yeah. I was watching his Instagram the other day. Yeah. Him and Saeed were walking the canal, and there was a swan in there, and he was giving it 6
swan. That's what I'm saying.
6 swan.
But he has, you know what the thing is about Ten Hag, though? He has been battered a few times, man. Yeah, he's been battered a few times, man. And that's the one thing about our team is that, bro, like it could get still ugly, man. Obviously, we've got the Manchester Derby coming up this weekend as well. It could get ugly, man. Like I want him to succeed, yeah, but I'm not naive to think that every man's job is always safe. Like even when you have the worst of owners, like some positions become untenable. Some positions become like, you know what? Enough is enough. The fans booed the team at half-time. I feel like people are disgruntled, man. The amount of things I heard last night was like, bro, like people are starting to kind of like question the manager, man. And ultimately, them feelings become stronger when you just don't see good football. Like to have good football, it is some sort of kind of escapism. It's almost like something that, you know what, at least we got good football. You know what I mean? That's what Arsenal fans used to do back in the day, like when on the Wenger years, like you weren't winning trophies, but you're like, you know what, we're a good team to watch. And it kind of always made things like a little bit better in a sense. You get what I mean, Premsy?
No, I do hear that. Obviously, for me, it still wasn't better because I wanted to win shit. But when you're watching the team, so for example, the biggest example you can give is Antonio Conte's Tottenham. When you watch that team there, dead football, and they weren't pulling out the results, you know what I mean? So really, you're watching absolutely nothing. You get me? There's nothing for you to get up about, or there's nothing for you to really believe in. Where I think with where United's heading right now, I think most of the fan base are probably looking at it just the way you said and thinking we're not playing good football, we're struggling to get results. Sometimes it's not for everyone, the Premier League, you get me? We might have brought Ten Hag in, he's got us a Carabao Cup, got us into the Champions League. Happy days for that little step. Let's go out there and see who else we can get, because there's only so long of a manager you're going to be able to resist, you know what I mean? Where if you look at how all the optimism around him coming in and how hard you fought for him, it doesn't look like it's paying any dividends right about now, having him at the club. So until the fans see a style of play and see an idea and a plan on the pitch, people are going to be talking about this all the time, bro. Yeah,
listen, we'll see, man. Sunday is going to be massive, man. So we'll find out whether he survives, man. That's just the bottom line. I want to go to Arsenal now. This super chat here, I don't know what's gone on with Partey in it. So this is your assumption, bro. But he says many of us Arsenal fans deluded. Partey wasn't injured, but isn't allowed in Spain due to the case to get him out of the club on and off the pitch liability. See, I don't know what happened. People are saying he's injured. is Thomas Partey injured, Premsy? Where is he?
Well,
Like,
they're saying before the game, that he had a muscle injury. But to be honest with you, bro, my man might have a fair point. You get me? I don't think really
I was
nobody
going to
knows
say
what's really going on.
there seems to be a leg to stand on there.
Yeah, nobody really know
Yeah.
what's going on. Obviously, you're innocent until proven guilty. You can't be bashing, man. Like what we've seen with Mendy, you get me, bro? And sometimes it's proper unfair because we know what society's like in this day and age. People can't have money for a cab home and that. They're crying all sorts of things, you know what I'm saying? So it is one of them situations, but I don't know. And I think we just got to leave it to that. And we'll kind of get a bit more clarity on it if we face somebody in Spain later on down the competition and the same thing happens, then you could kind of start diving into it a little bit more and thinking a little bit more around the situation. But I don't know. I don't think Arteta's daft. I think if it was something too serious, he probably would have got rid of him by now.
Yeah, 100%. Talk to me then, Premsy, man, because like I said, from what I seen yesterday online and whatnot and different things, Arsenal got over the line. It was a tough kind of ending, or was it a comfortable game? Talk to me, Premsy.
Do you know what, bro? You know me, Saeed. I say it as it is. If we're shit, we're shit. I say it. But to be honest with you, it was quite a comfortable game. We had a lot of possession of the ball. I think the thing with Arsenal fans is that we're not seeing that free-flowing, silky, one-touch football where we're creating abundance of chances again and again. I think that's the situation where Arsenal fans are getting really disappointed with the way we're playing football. But if you actually take a step back, I think it was quite a matured away performance in the Champions League. Sevilla, they got European heritage. Yeah, in the Champions League, they might not be great, but I'm sure they beat you there 3-0 or something last season
listen, everyone beat us, man. Yeah.
No, but last season, you were doing all right to a certain extent, innit? So you have to go there.
Team. Yeah, they're a heritage team, man. They're a heritage team. But in the Champions League, I feel like they disappoint, man. It's almost an excuse for them to go to the Europa League and then just win that competition. Like,
no,
they're so bad in the Champions League.
I think they've only won like one out of the last 7 or 8 games in the Champions League, to be fair.
Yeah,
so the Champions League record ain't great, but going away from home, the atmosphere, the hostility, we seen against Lens that we kind of messed it up there and lost that game. So we needed the win. But for me, they didn't really cause us a threat. You get me? They had 1-2 opportunities, but they didn't really cause us bagfuls of pressure. I think Saliba, Gabriel pretty much held it at the back. Odegaard, a bit disappointed with him. Gabriel Jesus had a very good game and so did Martinelli. You get me? I don't know if you've seen that turn from Jesus when he sent them 2 players and fed Martinelli through. Quality. I think they got a goal back from a set piece, so it wasn't like they scored a goal from open play. It was a set piece. And then after that, they were trying to do things. You seen Lamella trying to dive in the box and get a penalty. You got a yellow card. So it was quite a comfortable victory, in my honest opinion. Obviously, 2-1, it could get a little bit nervy towards the back end because, you know, if they score, they draw the game. But I didn't think the result was in any doubt, to be honest with you.
Yeah, listen, people say what you saying about Jesus now. Listen, we know what his quality is off the ball and whatnot and his kind of technical ability. I just looking at him in the big games, especially in the Premier League, to rise up a little bit. That's all it was for me. And I think even Arsenal fans can admit that they want him to be a striker. They want him to be that player that scores goals consistently. That's just the way.
We definitely need a bagsman in the team. Look, regardless, we know Jesus in the Arsenal team makes us a better Arsenal. There's no denying that. However, up front, we need someone that can put the ball in the back of the net. I scream Ivan Toney. I say that, but his finish was unbelievable, to be fair. Jesus' goal. Did you see his goal? When he cut
But you know what though? It's like Bobby Firmino syndrome, innit? It's like Bobby Firmino could score world-class goals. Like Prems will know this because Firmino seemed to score every time against Arsenal. But he scored belter goals. But he weren't a finisher. He weren't what you call someone who's going to constantly get these goals week in, week out.
He will link up the play brilliant, wouldn't he?
There we go. And that was why Firmino was a great stylistic preference at times, and then at other times Jota was a great stylistic preference, depending on the opposition. I think Ivan Toney would be numero 1 option. Prems, I'll ask you though, do you think that Donny from Stuttgart, he's got like 14 goals or something in 7 games. He's £17 million on a buyout clause. He's 27, but just for a bagsman in the short term, you know, very low risk. I think that could be a shout. He seems to be scoring goals. He's got the
No,
momentum.
you know what? Yeah, for me, I wouldn't risk it, even though it's a low bit of money and that is still taking up a position in the squad. Go out there, go get Ivan Toney. Even if he costs 40 million, he's Premier League proven.
He won't cost 40 million, no. He won't cost 40 million. He'll cost more than 40
20
million.
million release clause.
Yeah,
20
we'll
million
see
release
what
clause,
happens.
apparently. But
For
you know
Ivan
what,
Toney.
let me hold it. Let me hold it there. I always think with these kind of players, you've got to be very careful, man. They're just on form. Like he's not got no history of scoring
Ivan
goals.
Toney.
No. Oh, sorry. You talk about the other player.
Oh, no, that's fair.
Oh,
That's fair.
sorry. But Ivan Toney, I would go get him 100%. But this guy here, what's his history before this? Because he's 27.
He got 11 goals. He got 11 goals last season, so weren't as good last season, to be fair. But he's playing for Stuttgart. That's one thing that we need to also establish is that they're not a top team in Germany.
Yeah, but look at Havertz, bro. Havertz was playing for Leverkusen, and he looked like the best thing since last.
No, that's unbelievable.
Look at Timo Werner, bro. Look at Germany field man, you know, bro. Don't get into his
German.
Look at Sancho. Look at Sancho. Look what he was doing over there. You know,
Do you know what though, lads? Germany's got this like false perception that everyone coming from there is terrible. Lads, we've had some belter signings.
No. Yeah, that's true.
We've had some belter signings. Even like look at City with Haaland. Look at the way we got Bobby Firmino from there. Like there's other examples as well. They're just evading me brain.
That you can't think of.
No. There is more though. There is actually more. Like honestly, bro, I know that I'm like falling short. I'm pulling blanks.
I feel like it's hit and miss though. I know other clubs are hit and miss, but I feel like Germany is so hit and miss. You get one and you get a bad one. For every good one you get, Szoboszlai. Yeah, even though obviously he's still first.
What I'm saying is more often.
Yeah, but Szoboszlai is a certified baller. He's a certified baller.
More often than not, they come in and they're no good. Look at even Granit Xhaka come from Germany, yeah, and out of his 7 years at Arsenal, he probably had 2 good seasons. Look at Zakaria, was in Germany, went to Italy, didn't do fuck all, come to Chelsea, didn't do fuck all, but these were big players then. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying everyone's dead. 9 out of 10, well, I'll say about 7 out of 10. It doesn't really work, to be fair. So, yeah, you might look at the Dortmund and you might look at the Bayern Munich. Yeah, most of their players are world class in it. Do you know what I mean? The players that they've got in there, they probably would work anywhere. Some of them. But when you
oh my god,
when you're going down,
he was bad.
To be fair,
bad.
Kagawa was good for United. He was all right.
Yeah, he was, but he kind of. I feel like he came in the wrong time because it was like Van Gaal had just come after him, and then he was like he just played some regimented football because under Moyes and Fergie, there was talent there, but he just kind of died after that, and then Van Gaal just sold him after that, and it was just the end of the story. A couple of super chats here. Faisal says, "Not bashing, but facts are out there, lads. Police couldn't charge Partey because of legislation change. Partey will be fit for the weekend. Maybe that's that. You know what? Maybe there is legs to stand because apparently it was." Yeah. Was it situation happened in Spain as well? So maybe it is something to kind of look into there. Big Dre says cohesion is built on the training ground. Massive injury problems have hampered the building cohesion. Context players are playing for the manager. Well, there you go. I think that's in the situation of Man United. He's talking about Big Dre. I hear you. Injuries. I get injuries, but I also think sometimes injuries. We've had injuries, but I feel like we still should be playing better football than we have done. That's my kind of opinion, and it hasn't been great probably the whole season. So that's my opinion on that.
But that's why everyone's got to sing off that same hymn sheet. That's why everyone's got to sing off that same hymn sheet, bro. Like get everyone established. Like whether you start or you're off the bench, you know how we're going to play, and it doesn't seem the Man United players have that. So that's the manager's fault.
Yeah, 100%. Michael.
Yeah, what's that? One set say so. What's that? Everton to have a 12-point deduction for FFP. Is that for real? For real? In the comments there.
What?
Will's one.
Oh shit! No way.
Right, they're definitely looking at delegation.
Oh shit! It says here, according to Telefootball, Premier League has recommended that Everton face a 12-point deduction and are found guilty in the case. Against
they fucking deserve it. They fucking deserve it. They tried to do Juventus and it never worked out.
You would say that, yeah.
No, it's not about me just saying that. That's a scumbag football club, bro.
Bill Kenwright died yesterday.
Oh, yeah, rest in peace, by the way. Rest in peace to Bill Kenwright. Bro, he was massive.
These men are disrespectful, though. How they letting my man pass away? Yeah, the next day.
Prems. This has been something that's built up for quite a while.
Yeah, for a while. To be fair,
it's not just something that's come out the blue. It just probably aligns with bad timing. But rest in peace to Bill Kenwright, though, because he was massive for the justice.
100%. You have to get that one.
Yeah, he was massive for like the Justice for the 96 campaigns and stuff, which was huge for the City and whatnot. So fair play to him. But yeah, bro, I don't mind if they get 12 points
Where's Man
deducted. They
City?
deserve it with the amount of freaking shit they've
Man
been through.
City, what's going on?
Man City,
Everyone
I know, yeah.
before Man City. Every single person is getting charged or whatever before Man City. Manchester City. When are we going to talk about them? Hey?
This is what United fans are
Yeah,
clapping
facts, bro.
onto you these days. It's a
Listen,
mad
come
thing.
on, man. He's talking about Everton. If I was looking at Everton, I'd be like, come on, man, leave them alone, man. They're not even your rivals, man. They're just somebody you just beat every week. But with
You've
us,
got to have
imagine
justice,
it's good for everyone. It's good for Arsenal. It's good for Liverpool. It's good for everyone.
Yeah,
Man City,
I want to win the
Saeed, I
league with
agree.
City. I don't. I want City. I want Arsenal to win the league while City is still active. No points. So we know we've earned it properly.
man. Get their free
Nah,
road.
definitely, man.
That's not going to happen, though, Prems. That's not going to happen.
I don't know. You can only hope in it, fam. And this is what football's about, innit? We were 5 points off last season. I don't think it will happen this season. I think City will still win the league, in my honest opinion. I did even put Liverpool higher than us at the start of the campaign. But you never know, man. We're still unbeaten. If Arsenal could try to pull the finger out and start playing or get to somewhere near the level of what we were last season and push on from this point onwards, you never know, man. We can. I don't think it's out of the question that we can win the league. But if we did it and with City dropping points, then it's not going to be the same, innit? It's a bit like when Liverpool won the league with no fans there, innit? It's just not the same.
Yeah. No, I hear you on that point. Michael O'Connor says fluid football is overrated. You hear Turkish. We didn't get over the line last season playing fluid football. Big up Premsy. Yeah, you know what? I think it's one of them where it needs to, Premier League, you have to be consistent over 38 games. And ultimately you have to be fluid in what you're trying to do in that period. It's like having an exam. You don't just revise for it at the last minute and think you're gonna get an A. You need to revise for the whole season. And then you'll get a better chance of getting a higher score. That's just the way I kind of look at it. So, but
what was the question? Was it Champions League Prem?
I think he said I think we're talking about Premier League here.
Okay. No, my bad.
We were in the Champions League last season, innit? We're not being in it.
Yeah, no, I think we're talking about football in general. Yeah, but you know what it is? I feel like for me. But yeah, listen, I just want to bring the quote up here about Everton, just to kind of let you know the context behind it. It says here, Premier League are seeking a point deduction of up to 12 points as punishment if Everton are found guilty. Everton's case is currently being heard by an independent commission after the recorded financial losses of 371.8 million over a 3-year period, well over admitted amount of 105. You know what? The Premier League can do what they want, but ultimately, if they're not found guilty, then it's not going to happen, is it? So
Ancelotti, Ancelotti, that's where all that money's come from. That period there.
Oh, the James Rodriguez time or whatnot.
Yeah,
talk about
exactly that.
They've been spending overtime. They've been spending overtime.
Yeah,
they
have.
40 million. They spent 40 million on Alex Iwobi for fuck's sake. And we're acting surprised.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and what have they sold? Tell me one of those assets that they brought in. They sold besides Richarlison. Who else? What's another asset that's worked out for them in recent time? Not many.
Yeah. Listen, I don't know, but ultimately, you get me. Like Everton, I don't know, man. They keep on surviving. It is wrong at Everton. Like they're deep-rooted. They have deep-rooted problems, and it has been coming. This kind of almost feeling about Everton. So listen, they've never been relegated before. They've never, they've always been a Premier League established club, but. It is what it is. You neglect the club. This is what happens. Simple as that.
They're shite, mate. They're a shite.
Soon it'll be us left soon.
What do you mean?
When Everton get relegated.
What a European trophy for Arsenal.
Yeah, fucking, I'll take that, fam.
Listen,
don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted.
You need to win a league, man. That Premier League record. You need to win a Premier League, bro. It's 20 odd years, man.
Yeah, we still won 3 though, innit? We still won 3. Do you know what I mean? So
I know, but you know what I mean. It's not good. That Premier League record needs to be better, bro.
Hey, wait,
1 minute. Don't you worry, Saeed. You get me? Give it another couple of years. You'll be in the exact same position. You just need to get used to it.
It's just
because we all care about sponsorships of Premier Leagues, don't we? I swear that's the way it works. None of you have won the latest edition of this version of the Premier League, this sponsored Premier League. No, you haven't won it.
I think we have, yeah. That was only 10
years. What are you talking about?
Years.
That was Barclays when you won it, Saeed. That was Barclays.
No, it wasn't Barclays for us.
It was Barclays.
It wasn't Barclays. Was it?
Why?
Yes.
I thought I thought it was Barclays. Now am I going mad?
Yeah, you're going mad, Prems. It's not Barclays no more, my friends. It's like FA
So
Premier
what
League
is it now?
It's like FA
What is it
Premier
now?
League or just Premier League. It's one or the other, but it's no longer
Right,
Barclays.
listen, you can't talk about winning little dishes when none of your people even seen you win that. Come on,
No,
get me,
exactly.
fam. That was a
You
fake
didn't see
one.
it.
That was a fake one.
Wait there. So wait there.
That was a COVID one,
Did
man.
you not? So Prems, did you not watch? Did you not have tellies at home? Is it still the 70s where you live in Birmingham, or are we?
I don't know.
now
I don't
being
believe
neglectful?
propaganda. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I don't believe
okay then. Okay then. No, fair to.
Yeah, but yours wasn't called the Premier League though. Yours was called the COVID Premier League though. Yours was yours wasn't even called the Premier League. Yours was called the Premier.
Technically, it was actually City. It was actually City who won the COVID Premier League. Our Premier League was already done by the time COVID had happened. The best start to any team in the league has ever seen.
No.
It was.
This argument. No, if it wasn't done.
Ask the chat.
Was it mathematically done?
It was done. There was no way. It ends up being done. And we had to pour,
mathematically, was it done?
We were shit when we got back from COVID, and still no one caught up.
Oh my God.
But still no one caught up.
Mathematically? Was it done mathematically?
That's not what the question should be.
But
that's not what the,
you said
that's
it was done.
You
said it wasn't done.
You said it was done. It was done. It was done because we came back.
So
we were crap, and we still
it was
won
still
the
in COVID when you sealed the title. It was in the COVID period.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
But Saeed, if you go and look at the Wikipedia of Premier League, it doesn't say COVID Premier League. It says Premier League title. I know you
COVID
know
Premier League.
Wikipedia.
I know you wouldn't know this.
You know you can edit
I know
Wikipedia.
you wouldn't know this.
You know you can edit Wikipedia.
I know you wouldn't know this. You can't edit the Premier League website, mate. I know you wouldn't know this, but the Premier League website also says.
You said it Wikipedia.
I also would suggest, I would say as well, if you go on the Premier League website, your latest league title hasn't been for 10 years, so you haven't really got a right. You take a COVID Premier League right now. It's still a Premier League. You haven't got a Premier League. Same with
you've won one in 30. You've won one in 30.
We've won one in 30. Imagine not winning. Imagine winning one Premier League in 30 years and you only had one more Premier League than we did. That to me is pathetic. I'm just saying to you, we gave you that much of a gap to go and build on, so and you are still that diabolical shit.
You're trying to tell me what's worse is that winning one Premier League in 30 years compared to one in 10 years. You're saying to me that Liverpool's disgrace of not winning one in 30 is better than United's not winning in 10 years. Is that what you're trying to say?
So now you need to identify. What you need to do is identify where I said that in any of my previous statements. You won't be able to find it, so I'll save you the time. What I said was that we gave you...
Which one would you rather have, though? Which one would you rather have?
You never asked me a question. You made a claim.
You know what I would rather have?
You made a claim that I said that statement.
I'd rather have the gold Premier League trophy because if you took all them trophies to the pawn shop, I guarantee you, I know which one's the most valuable.
Listen, I'd rather have a treble.
Which the Champions League?
You got a treble? Eddie's got a treble. Eddie's got a treble, by the way. Eddie's got a treble.
We got a treble. No. We got a treble. We got a treble in 2001.
Man.
I'm on loan to City. I've got one. I'm on loan to City.
Oh, that's what I'm saying, man. That is absolutely.
Yeah, you're not the only ones anymore, innit? You ain't the only ones anymore. You got one. You get
hey, Saeed, do you know if you combine...
Don't be throwing this treble word around a lot now. You get me? You ain't the only one with that leverage.
Listen.
Anymore.
Yesterday I was chatting to Big Steve. We had treble talk, man. You know what I mean? We're now treble brothers now. You know what I'm saying? Like we can be.
How old was you for your treble?
Yeah, at least he remembers it.
I was 5. 5.
No, that's brilliant. That's adorable, isn't it? No, that's great.
Yeah. Yeah, and you?
Say that again.
How old was you? Said how old were you?
How old you when you won the treble? When you won your little mini treble, what was you?
I think Bob Paisley won the treble. No, I actually weren't born for that treble. To be fair, I was born a month later.
Listen, over 700 in the building. Make sure you like the video, people. We've not even hit 300 likes on the video. Guys, please like the video because it's a good show so far. I wanted to discuss on Liverpool and Virgil van Dijk, man, because a lot of people are talking, and you know what? He's back to his best form. There was a stat last week. I think he's got the highest percentage of defensive stats in the Premier League. But even on the eye test, you can see Van Dijk is slowly getting there a little bit. Talk to me, man. Van Dijk, is he back?
He's been back.
James, you reckon?
He's been back. He's world class. He's the best centre back in the league once more. It's great to see, isn't it, gents?
No.
This guy, man. Saliba might talk.
Why? What's Saliba? He can't even start above Konate for France.
No. We'll see. All I know, I'm telling you now, yeah. Van Dijk's a player that I've rated over the years. I think he was fantastic, but since he come back from that injury, He's just not been the same player. Shadow of himself, man. I think if you look at the leverage that Saliba's got and the ceiling he's got at his age, and if you look at Van Dijk, I wouldn't.
We're talking about ceiling, though, aren't we? We're talking about ceiling.
No, because you can't really say that, because every time he's been in France, he's been their player of the year. He's been in their team of the year. He was in the team of the Premier League team of the year this year as well. So for a guy who's 22 years of age, you got to give him his fair dues and fair credit. You
never said that you never.
And the biggest one is as well, regardless of how anyone wants to butter it up, the moment we lost Saliba out of that team last year, we collapsed and we lost the league. That is just straight up as it is. It just shows you what this guy at such a young age can do. And I think Saliba at 22, how old's Van Dijk now when he went to Liverpool?
You can't use that argument.
I can't. You can't use because I think Saliba
because Michael Owen at 18.
Van Dijk at his age.
If you were going to say the same thing about Michael Owen, no, that's fine. But you haven't proven anything there, is what I'm saying. Saka can be better than Salah at the age that he is and never get to Salah's level, which I think is very possible. I don't think Saka will ever get the numbers that Salah has generated ever. Same with Michael Owen. Very, very good at a young age. Couldn't chat to Rooney at the age of 27. Couldn't chat. It was impossible. So it's very ludicrous to try and predict the future for a player.
It's not, because defenders and attackers, you can compare them differently, because defenders ain't scoring goals and the numbers, it depends on the clean sheets they're getting. Obviously, winning the trophies and getting over the line, which you can't deny Van Dijk. He's won everything. And I give him his credit for that. But obviously, Saliba, this is what his second full proper season in the team. With Arsenal, the first season he came in, Arsenal were challenging for the league.
He's still not playing
most of the season.
But what I'm saying to you is, he's still not better than Virgil van Dijk. Yes, he could become better, but we're now talking about coulds. We could be talking about.
I'm not lying. I think right now he is.
That's fine, because you haven't had a good centre back for time. No, that's fine, because you haven't had a good centre back for time. So it's understandable you want to use the best one that you've had in probably 10 years, 15 years.
I'm going to say, I think Gabriel's form's been better than his as well.
Than who, Virgil's?
Ooh.
Van Dijk, yeah, man.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I don't think Gabriel can lace any of our centre-backs' boots. I think he's probably Joe Gomez level this season, I'd say. But what I would also say is that Virgil's been clear of the rest, man. This is why I'm not really entertaining the Salibas right now. Saliba's fine, good centre-back.
I think that's a bit harsh. Gabriel's been a good centre-back.
That's great. So is Joe Gomez. Joe Gomez has played great this season. He's been amazing this season.
Remember, Joe Gomez, I don't know, he's been a bit part
Saliba, let's use Joe Gomez as a case study. Joe Gomez won more league titles at a young age than what Saliba's won. Joe Gomez is a league title winner and he played every single game that season. So you've got to give him the credit where credit's due. And where did Joe Gomez end up going? If Saliba keeps getting these injuries, you never know, the drop-off could come. You can't just say because he's been good at this age or he's better up until 22 than what Virgil was up until 22. It's an illogical comparison.
All right,
now we've got to see what he does when he's 28. Yeah, wait there, Prems. Now you've got to see what he does when he's 28. Up until 28. There's no guarantee.
No. But look, I'm talking about right now. Even right now, we've got a better defensive record than you. So that just basically shows us now anyway that our defense is better than yours. And it's simple. That's fact.
I don't think
right
it does.
There on the table.
I don't think it does.
Bro. I think if you concede less goals than you, then it clearly shows you.
I don't think
doing something right.
I don't think after.
And yet, Alisson. If it weren't for Alisson, bro, you would be mad.
We've got a different. You're right. We've got a very different system to you. Use like to sit back more than we do. We've got a high line that goes above the halfway line, so that's more than fine. What I'm saying to you is that we can rely on Alisson. You can't rely on your goalkeepers, but when Virgil is in those one-on-one situations, aerial positions, I don't think there's any centre back who can chat to him in the league. Attribute for attribute. I don't think there's anyone like Saliba who can.
Bro.
Yeah, tell me one attribute in which.
Look, I'm saying it as fair as it's possible. I'm saying before Van Dijk's injury, for me, he was the best centre back in world football. Before his injury, after his injury, bro, I think many Liverpool fans as well. You hear loads of Liverpool fans, yourself, a lot of people included. He has not come up to that same level, and that is just facts. And I think that level.
But this season, but his level was one that Saliba will never touch. That level was elite. That level was so.
But like you said,
you
don't know that though, innit? You don't know that, innit? Because we're not fortunate.
Based on probability, okay, I'll say this then. Based on probability, Saliba will most likely never hit that level because there was very few centre backs who ever did hit that level. That's why a lot of people.
But do you know what though? Saliba, for me, look, I'm an Arsenal fan. I never want Saliba to leave the club, but I'm not deluded as well. Saliba's that good, in my opinion. He will end up probably in 2-3 years going to a Real Madrid, and then I guarantee you, he probably win more at Real Madrid than Van Dijk's probably won in his career. So then,
so now we're saying it's trophy for trophy, but we're talking about. I mentioned about the peak.
Yeah, but I think right now, no. Because my argument, my argument.
Someone said Maguire over both. It's mad.
No. Sort it out. My argument is right now, for me, right now, I think Saliba's a better defender. That's it.
See,
right now,
I don't think there's a leg to I don't think there's a leg to stand on there, in my opinion. I don't think there's a leg to stand on with
obviously
the
Liverpool biased in it. I get it.
Season.
No, I don't even think it's that. I just think Saliba isn't as good as Virgil. That's all it is.
This season, the stats this season have been clean sheets. Van Dijk has only got 1 compared to 4. Goals conceded similar. Blocks, Van Dijk is better than Saliba. Interceptions,
yeah,
because
we concede less chances as a team.
Yeah, tackles, Van Dijk edges it there. Successful tackles, Saliba edges it. Last man tackles, Saliba. Clearances, look at the clearances, man. Double the amount of clearances Van Dijk. Headed clearances.
That shows you, man. Defensive sound, man.
Saliba is
that doesn't show Saliba, though. That doesn't show Saliba. That shows your team systematically. Like, you've got a DM, for instance.
Yeah, fair.
There's a lot more of a job for Virgil van Dijk to do.
Yeah. Aerial battles won. Van Dijk beats him on that one. And errors leading to goals. Saliba has 1 penalty conceded. That was it.
And that penalty was bullshit, man.
Interesting?
That penalty was bullshit, man.
Do you know what I think is very interesting and very telling there as well with Virgil is the fact that he's came back into a team after one of the worst injuries a player can go through. He's came into one of the hardest systems to play defensively, and he's still being the best centre-back in the league. That, to me, just shows what an unbelievable player. To be out for that long after getting clattered by Pickford.
I'm not going to lie, yeah.
I think a rough spell. One second, I let you land.
I think Mickey van der Ven is better than him this season as well.
Why is he not letting me land? I let you land. So Virgil van Dijk, he came back.
You don't let man land in money.
I'm on it. You don't let people talk when they're making good points. I know when you make it. Say he does the same thing. You know what I mean. But no, this is what I'm saying. No, Virgil came back. He had a bad spell. And then to come back this season and be absolutely elite as a centre-back again is truly magnificent, man. And he doesn't get the respect, but that's a Liverpool thing. And another thing that emphasises this was the game this weekend, the way everyone was saying, oh, Liverpool got robbed. When you're a Liverpool player, like, Trent is one of the greatest right-backs that the league's ever seen. Doesn't get talked about enough because people don't respect his role. They say, Trent, he can't defend this, that and the other. But he doesn't get his role. People said this about Alisson, putting people like other goalkeepers like Ramsdale last year above Alisson. This shows to me how tapped a lot of fans are and how short-term bias fans can be. So he falls short because of the badge and the crest that he wears. That's Virgil's main problem. But as performance for performance, I don't think there's a centre-back who can talk to him this season. I think he's been great.
But again, like I said, it's so early.
I think there's a few centre-backs, man. I think even Van der Ven from Tottenham, bro. You got to give
Van der Ven, I think Van der Ven's been one of the best centre-backs in the league this season. I'll be real with you guys. Van der Ven,
I agree. One of the best.
This season.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. One of the best centre-backs. I think Virgil's been the best.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about City centre-backs as well. Diaz, even I think, Akanji, as much as people don't rate him, he's been good this season as well. You know what I mean? Gavardio, they've got so many as well, man. But German Chicken Wing says here, it's crazy how Arsenal fans overrate their players. I don't think they've overrated Saliba, though. Saliba has been quality for the past 2 years.
He's the only player, Saeed, that man actually raves about. Him, Martinelli, because for me, them 2 players are top tier, in my honest opinion. Declan Rice, he's come in, done well. But the reason why I rant and rave about Saliba is because I watch Arsenal week in, week out. I see the importance of this guy and how we play with this guy in the team, And for a guy that's such a young age that is here in the Premier League, the toughest league in the world, and last season was in the team of the year, everyone ranting and raving about him in his first full proper season. He's carried that form into this season as well. And that's just his first 2 proper seasons in the league, where we've seen Van Dijk at Southampton for years as well. Like I said, if you give me Van Dijk or prime, of course I'm taking Van Dijk. There was nobody better than him at one stage, in my honest opinion. I'm just talking about right now, as of this second. If I had to pick one, who would I pick? And I would keep Saliba. If somebody said swap Van Dijk for Saliba now, I just wouldn't do it. And I think that's fair.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Listen, you know what I mean? hopefully Lisandro can get in on conversation soon because, like I said, he's been out for a while, he's been informed. But there's a good array of centre backs in the league right now. There's a good array of centre backs in the league. You know what I mean? That's what we can assume. You know what I mean, and whatnot. So let's see, man. But Liverpool, James, are you in this title race or not? Are you just in around there? Like, what's your feelings about this title race? And are you in it? Are you gassed up? What are you saying?
It's the wrong question, because if you're asking right now, then technically yes, because it's 3 points off top or something like that. But you've got to ask, can it be sustained? And if you're asking me if it can be sustained, I think so. I don't see why not. I don't see anything from Arsenal this season that says you're something that we can't keep up with. And City are also showing a little bit of vulnerability, which is great. So can it be sustained? Yeah. Yes. Will it be sustained? I really don't know. I need to see how our injuries go and all these different type of things. And also how the signings flourish. Dominic Szoboszlai has been one of the best midfielders in the league to this point. Can he sustain it? That's the question. You can be great for the opening month or two. Can you sustain it for the rest of the season? If he does, then we've got possibly top 2, top 3 midfielders in the league, but it needs to be sustained. And then, you ask about can the defence stay compact? Will injuries go our way? I'm not too sure. And also you've got to ask that about other teams. If United come, get their team sorted out and other teams get their injuries sorted out, it becomes a more difficult league. And with Newcastle building momentum, Aston Villa, there's more points to be dropped. So I don't see us doing the typical 90 plus points or whatever have you, but I don't think we'll need to be in a title race this season. So because the title race is, being within reach up until about April, May. I think we can do that. I don't think that's impossible for us, but I don't know if we'll get it over the line. That's a question.
I think you will, and I think you will.
You did say that
all the way to the end, bro. I said Liverpool, man. You can't sleep on Liverpool. They've got Jurgen Klopp, and the thing with Jurgen Klopp, I don't think he's had adequate time in order to build that second team. People always say, "Oh, he hasn't built the second team." And
he's never had the time. That's bang on.
He's never had the adequate time to do that, and I think the players that were out last season for them, like Luis Diaz, in my opinion, I think he's a fantastic footballer. Them adding quality now to the team. I even said about Van Dijk coming back to his best at the start of the campaign before we even kicked a ball. Like, there's got to be some point where Van Dijk finds his form again. And I think Liverpool, you just can't sleep on them. I actually put them higher than Arsenal this season in my prediction. I put them second and Arsenal third. Do you not remember when we did our the predictions?
Yeah, you did. To be fair, you did. To be fair,
and the reason I don't know why
I'm saying wow, but yeah.
And the reason I said that about Arsenal is not because I don't believe in my team. It's just I know last season there wasn't a lot of pressure on us in the sense of expectation. The moment expectation gets put on you, it's a different kind of pressure. And this season we have to see if we can handle that. And so far, yeah, you can say we are, because we're level on points with City and we haven't lost the game. But the performances ultimately, they don't really fill you with confidence to say, you know what, this is going to be sustainable right until the end of the season. And that's just the way I see it. Like I said, in the team, there's individuals in that team that I think are top quality, you get me? But as a team right now, I don't think we're as fluid. We're playing the same kind of football, or even half the kind of football that we were playing last season. So that's
do you know what I like about Arsenal though, Prems? Is the fact that you guys now because we did this thing where we won the Champions League and we got 97 points. That was a great season based on football. But the following season, we were so much more efficient in the league. Like it was a point where the performances weren't as good. It was more 2-1s, 1-0s. But we found a way to win opposed to just the good tiki-taka passes and stuff like that. So Arsenal seem to be, because last season, those great performances and those great spell of games never got you wins against City. This season, you beat them twice. You beat them in the Community Shield and you beat them in the league. That says to me there's a hurdle that's being jumped there. And those are the games you need to win if you want to sustain a title race. That's what lost us the league. The season we won the Champions League. Literally,
you know what it is, James? Clearance. We are playing a bit more pragmatic. We are definitely playing that kind of way. I think,
but that isn't always waste. That isn't always waste. That can actually be a good thing for the team. It might look bad. It might look worrying. Can this be sustained? But I see that as a more composed team. That's what it looked like with us anyway, because we were doing that loads.
You know what? I do get it. I understand. I even hear what you're saying, because even just beating Everton away, something that we haven't done in like 5 years.
Like we are exactly.
Getting over the hurdles. But is this sustainable to play this way for the whole season? You get me? Because when you come up against teams that, say, for example, a Liverpool, a City, maybe even a Tottenham, somebody that are in good form, a Newcastle, and they are better at finishing, Can you afford to give that space to them? Can you afford not to keep piling the pressure on him? Can you afford to keep playing sideways football? I don't know how sustainable it's going to be. But obviously, hopefully, fingers crossed, we could go all the way and win the league. Even if it means us playing ugly football, I'm game with it. But right now, as of now, I just can't see it happening.
You know,
I still think it's going to be City, to be honest with you, but that's just me. You know,
100%. No, I agree, man. Big up to Honesty Hortensia and 98.
My guy,
Appreciate the donation.
He's a legend.
Big up, man, from James Redmond's channel. Virgil van Dijk suffers from his own success, his own standards, and breaking. Yeah, that's true as well. And then obviously breaking news: Everton can get 12-point deduction, which puts them on -5 points. I don't know, man. Even Luton will still find a way to get relegated, man. Sorry to Luton, but he still would do. You know what I mean? It's crazy. People are saying speak on Tottenham. You know what? We're not giving Tottenham their flowers as well. Tottenham, bro, do you reckon, like, Tottenham are playing once?
Everyone's going over the top. Everyone's going over the top.
You reckon?
Yeah, no. They were top of the league in December under Jose Mourinho, and no one was giving them this type of praise, you know what I mean? I think people need to relax. They're playing great football, and I think there's a project there that they can be excited about with Ange, and the players that they've got is great, but yeah, mate, I think people need to relax with all this title talk and shit, because, you know, there's a lot of games that they've been, you know, not the Fulham game, the Luton Town game, thought they were underwhelming. Against us, I thought they were poor against 9 men, just to be frank.
Yeah.
Because we were there to be God. I'm not even trying to make it sound like we were boss. I thought they were just diabolically shit. Yeah, I just don't see the hype for any trophies this season or a sustainable title race. I don't know if you see it the same way as me, but again, like, they were top of the league in December in the full COVID season, not the ones that you claim we won. The following one, they were top of the league in that one. And what happened there? I think they ended up finishing. Was it outside the top 4? I think it was.
So, you know what? No, I think their the squad isn't deep enough. I think they get an injury to Son, injury to Maddison, injury to Van der Ven, someone. Then they're done. I think they have got a new manager bounce as well. I think it's still early in his reign, and he's getting a tune out of him. And you got to give him credit. He's coming in such a short space of time, lost the best player, and he's got them playing better football. But is it going to be sustainable for the whole 38-game campaign? I don't know. I don't think so. I think the only competition that they could have won, they got knocked out of it. So I think it is going to be another trophyless season for Tottenham.
Yeah, no, 100%, man. I think for me, you got to give him credit, though, man. I think, you know what, he's a good guy.
Yeah,
man.
To this point, it's been great. To this point, it's been great.
He's a likable guy, man. And that's why, for me, if I had a team to win the league, it would be Tottenham, just because I feel like it would be kind of befitting of the manager as well. He's a good lad.
Do you mean if it weren't you, if it weren't you, you wouldn't mind them winning the league, is what you're saying?
Yeah, Tottenham, yeah.
But fuck that, it can't be. Why? Do you know what, lad? Because if expressions didn't exist, I wouldn't mind. I'd agree. But because he exists, I'm not really
willing. Let them have it, man. Let them have it. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Saeed's only saying that because he's got the least rivalry against them, innit? Which is understandable.
If Tottenham win the trophy, you know what? What would you do? Yeah, if Tottenham won the Premier League, Premier League, what would you do? Like, what's your plans?
I'll take my hat off to them, man. I'll take my hat off to them if they can do that. Then happy days, man. They've done something that we've done 13 times before. Do you know what I mean?
Here we go, history. You know what I mean? You got a fair play. I use that card anyway. I use that history card.
Football's based on history, innit? If we didn't, that's why if it wasn't.
Hey, I love the way I grow up being called a historicity merchant, and now everyone becomes historicity merchants when time goes shit. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Arsenal fans have always been historians, bro.
Listen, I think that James X would be X might do the biggest madness ever. Like, I'm telling you now, like, if they win that trophy, bro, expressions is gonna be, bro. He's gonna be relentless.
Why don't we want Arsenal to win the league? Because they've got a large fan base, so it's a lot of noise.
I do want Arsenal to win the league as well.
I don't mind City. If it's not us, I don't mind City. Reason being is because
they've caused you the biggest pain in your life. How would you want
put him on fucking mute, man? Put him bad energy.
I don't understand you, bro. How do you want Man City to win the league when they've stopped you from winning more Premier League trophies?
Tiny fan base. I don't care about that. You know what I mean?
They've put you through pain. You've only won 1 Premier League. You could have won 3.
No, it's like Rocky, you know what I mean? More natural, and then he faces this Drago dude who's on steroids. It's fine if you lose to that guy, you know what I mean?
Man.
But because the
Like Arsenal, for me,
I'm putting an emphasis on my mental health. I'm putting an emphasis on Arsenal, large fan base, large noise, fuck that shit. Tottenham, they don't have a large fan base like that, but expressions makes up for a large fan base, so fuck that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I wouldn't want you winning the league as well, Saeed. But Man City,
I get that.
Let's
Man
leave
United are
them,
the biggest
leave them
club in the
alone.
world. We'd have a massive parade. But the thing is with Arsenal, yeah, I only know a couple in Manchester that are Arsenal fans. Premsy. I can come off social media. You know, I can get it from a few Arsenal fans. But you know, when Man City are on my doorstep, I seen Big Steve talking about trebles and all that. Like, bro, I'm tired. So
aren't you the biggest team in Manchester though, Saeed?
No, United are still there. We still got our history. We still got our kind of, you know what I mean?
There we go. The history comes into it, man.
But I didn't say that though. I do talk about history a lot. I mean, you've got to talk about history. But ultimately, you know what I mean? It's one of them where that's why I'm like, let's do a Leicester. Let's just Tottenham win the league and everyone be happy for them. You know what I mean? That's the way I kind of look at it.
You put your energy in Arsenal winning the league.
Hey, listen.
I was going to say as well.
Yeah.
I was gonna say as well, fuck Leicester, you know what I mean? Fuck them. I'm made up they got relegated. Don't even like that team. For some reason, everyone go, they're dead now. Fans are knobheads, lad, in my opinion, you know what I mean? I do, honestly.
Where are you noticing, apart from Lee Chappie, what Leicester fan do you know?
By the way. I've been to multiple games where their fans were absolute shitbags, bro. So yeah, I'm more than fine with them being relegated. I'm happy. If it weren't Everton, it was gonna be them.
I'm not gonna lie. Power a few times and then they did all right, man.
No.
It must be the Scousers.
Lad, the little upper class merchants, fuck them.
Bro, I don't know, man. What about the relegation zone? Relegation zone? Are we kind of like Bournemouth are in trouble? You know, I can't lie to you, man. The Bournemouth are in big trouble.
Yeah, they need to go down.
Though, innit? No.
Yeah. Prems is gone.
Is Premsy gone?
Oh yeah. By the way, yeah. I don't know if you've heard about it. Tonali is getting suspended for 10 months.
Yeah, I know. Isn't there like an additional 8 months to where he has to be rehabilitated as well? Am I wrong, or did I read? I thought it was.
What?
I think there was 10 months, and then I think I saw something about an additional 8 months. I might have read it wrong.
Oh shit!
For rehabilitation.
Shit. You're right, you know. I've just seen it now. Yeah, you are.
So
they got to treat Manders. You get me? They can't do Ivan Toney like that and then let them.
But you know what, though, boys? I know everyone's playing the mental health card right now. And listen, if there's something wrong with the dudes, I really do bless them. But listen, just because I'm mentally unstable, if I drive a car and I'm pissed as fuck, I still deserve a punishment because then everyone's going to use that card.
Yeah.
There still has to be a premise of punishment, and that's why I think this is deserved. Because listen, bro, like I know there's people who say like, well, if he's betting on his own team, there's no corruption there. But still, we know the rules. We know that betting for athletes in general is something that they can't do. Rightly or wrongly, we know that that's the rule, bro. It'd be nice if we could all do our own shit if we wanted to. It'd be nice to walk into a library and smoke up a joint. You can't do it. You should get nicked because that's the rule and you knew the rule. You know what I mean? So I think he should get banned. And I think it should be serious as well.
I don't know about that, James. You're sounding like Pro 5-0 over there, fam. Sounding like Pro 5-0. Yeah, you're going to get messed up next game. You go.
No, but you know what, though? Did AC Milan know, though? Did AC Milan know about this? Because, bro, if I feel sorry for Newcastle, man. The fact that they have to now be without Tonali. Yeah,
they're bringing... They'll be fine. They're bringing Neves. They're going to bring in Ruben Neves, man, from Saudi.
They'll just get another world-class midfielder. It just accelerates the process of building a world-class team.
Bro, if they replaced him for a Ruben Neves, bro, that team would be dangerous, fam. Dangerous.
Yeah. Ruben Neves won't leave, though, man. He's earning nice money over there, bro.
They own the same kind of money from him. They own the same club, I'm sure they do. You get me? So, obviously, they'll basically give him... They'll probably pay half of his wages anyway, just to see Newcastle bump up because it's Saudi team, man.
Yeah. Listen, I don't know, man. I think for me, it's one of them where you get me. Like AC Milan definitely knew, man. I've got this firm belief that AC Milan knew, man. There's some sort of betting scandal.
Yeah, of course they did.
And Italy, you don't get that sort of scrutiny. You don't get a sort of like, bro. Them man went through so many scandals. Look at it's Juventus and whatnot. Like they go through so many scandals. It's like there's not enough spotlight on it. And now here, bro, you're gonna get found out straight away. It's looking peak for you, bro. So yeah, man. Zaniolo's the same as well. He
I
might
was
be in
gonna
trouble as
say
well.
he grassed on him. He fucking grassed on Tonali. You're calling me Prem. You're saying I'm in trouble, lad. He's
No, it was
one who
Fagioli.
grassed.
It was Fagioli. It
Was
was
that
Fagioli who
Fagioli?
grassed on him.
Fagioli,
Fagioli.
lad. He fucking put
Yeah,
him in
he
the
was
mud
there.
there, you know.
Yeah. He's been a bit of a naughty, man. I never grass, man. You can't grass on your boy, man, like that, man. Snitches.
No,
So what did they
that
say?
was bad.
Snitches. You know what I'm saying? But
Snitches get stitches, mate.
Yo, listen, that's what they say, right? But we'll see, man. But listen, people, we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. I don't even think we've even reached 500 likes, you know, which is crazy.
Come on, chat. Sort your shit out, will you? You know what I mean? Come on, we can do that.
Come in like 5-0 in the comments, yo. Like the thing, yo. What's going on with you?
Yeah, man, they're coming like the 5-0 just watching and like you get me praying. But yeah, man, get us to 500 likes. There's 329 likes. There was nearly 900 at one point in the chat. I think we reached over 900. Still 750 people in here. Get us to 500 likes. That would mean the world to us. And like I said, yeah, we've tried to change the channel a little bit up. Yeah, I mean, normally this is me and James, but Premsy is part of Manchester, so you know what I mean. It's still technically the Northwest divide. So yeah, man, it's a new show we're trying to do, and just keep up with us. New ideas. Let us know if you want to see other collaborations as well. And yeah, man, James, it's been a pleasure as always, bro. We're gonna be live on your channel tomorrow. But big up, man.
Pleasure as well. Thank you, boys. Now smash a like, chat. Come on, and yeah, tune in tomorrow. Said, what time is it? 5 p.m. That you come on the channel.
Think, yeah.
5 p.m. So tune into that if you want to as well, chat. Appreciate the time.
Yeah, and Premsy TV, man, get him to 10k, people, man. We need to push the numbers. Premsy TV, you get me? Realist Arsenal fan, you get me? My brother.
My guy.
Premsy, let them know what you got coming on. What's going on in your channel?
No, I respect, man. I appreciate the love as well, man. It's been good jumping on this as well. I think the banter's been all right still, you get me? But look, make sure you tune in at 5 o'clock today on James Redmond's channel, innit? We're over there cutting it up. So obviously, I'm guessing there's going to be more Van Dijk and Saliba.
I was going to say,
James is going to go back and do some research now. You get me, and load the files up for 5 o'clock. But I'm not going to do none of that. I'm having a cup of tea, nice, and then but I'll take it as it comes. But now, man, appreciate it. If you could go over and smash a subscribe and make sure you like this video. Happy days, people. Love.
My God.
Yeah, definitely, people, man. Make sure you do that, people. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video on your way out. I'll be back at 5 p.m. for the Mandem Talk. And yeah, man, we're out, people. Peace.